What's up, noobs and noobettes? It's Toxic Skipper coming at you with the tips guide on how to take your COD skills to the next level. I hope you like this video, and if you don't, you can fuck right off. Tip number 1. Map awareness. One of the most important aspects in Call of Duty that is very often overlooked is map awareness. Having map awareness doesn't just mean knowing the layout and having it memorized. Proper map awareness requires you to not only pay attention to your surroundings, but also things away from your peripheral view. What do I mean by this? Use your mini-map. You know that thing in the corners that 90% of the players' base ignores? Even when there is a UAV or a hater active. The mini-map gives you crucial information that can save your life, or net you a few kills from unsuspecting enemies. By this, I don't mean stare at it 24/7. No, not at all. But make a habit of glancing for a split second or two to see where a friendly teammate just died, or to see where an enemy is shooting an unsuppressed gun. It will make you that much of a better player. Next time, instead of running around like a headless chicken, take the time to glance at your mini-map to gain any info that you can. Extra points if you have a friendly UAV up. Tip number 2. Know your playstyle. Knowing your playstyle is important for many reasons. Everybody plays the game differently. You and I are no exception. Everyone has a different style of play. I, for one, love rushing. I will run and gun almost every single time. Why? Because at least to me, not only is the game funner, more exciting, and fast-paced, I find myself doing better and enjoying the game more when I rush and play aggressively. However, not everyone likes to push balls deep, and that is fine. Some people like to slow the game down and play at their own pace and hold strategic points around the map instead of pushing the envelope. This is a valid strategy, and one that can often be the difference between a win and a loss. When done properly, it can definitely help your team snowball into a victory. In order for this strategy to be done right, you must move from place to place. If you camp in one area, the enemy team will make it their life mission to kill you, and eventually they will succeed. Others will play the objective while not giving two shits about their KD. They will run to the B flag even if it's held down by 4 enemy players and will attempt to take it over on their own. This player does not fear 6 people camping 6 different corners in the hardpoint. They will charge at you and your entire team by themselves, giving no fucks if they die. If they do die, they'll just do it again. If you are this type of player, I salute you. Although this player does not have the most glamorous of stats, he is most often the unsung hero of every victory. Last but not least, we have the tactical camper. This playstyle is self-explanatory. This player will find any nook and cranny and make himself at home, not giving a flying fuck about the objective, whether it's domination, hardpoint, headquarters, or any other game mode. They will just sit in a corner and wait till someone runs past them. I'll get right to the point and say this. If you only camp, you will never get good at the game. You might get a few cheap kills here and there, but that will cap your skill ceiling just by camping. Not only is it extremely boring, but most campers get body bagged left and right, so it's not even a good strategy. You can fix this, however, by getting out of your comfort zone and mixing things up. Sure, you might get smacked around at first, but you will begin to improve. If you stay camping, you will never reach your true potential. Tip number 3. Practice. I'm sure you knew this one was coming eventually. Practice is vital in order to grow as a player. The more hours you put into a game, the better you get. The way you practice is what matters most though. If you find yourself limited on time, but you still want to continue to improve, it can easily be done. Going into public matches is not the only way to get good. When was the last time you hopped into a lobby with bots? It surprises me how little this feature is actually used. Practicing against bots lets you practice in peace with nobody shit talking you along the way. You can go ahead and do a 1v6 against your desired difficulty. The higher the better, of course. If you get stomped by the hardest bots, knock them down one notch and try again until you find the Goldilocks zone. If you practice against recruit level bots and just noob stomp them, you won't gain a whole lot of skill, but doing this against tough bots will sure pay off sooner rather than later. You don't even have to 1v6. You can 6v6 just like a normal pubs match, or handicap yourself a bit and go 3v6 and see how it goes. Bot practice is also an excellent place to find new guns you might excel with. I highly recommend you try this for yourself a few times per day in a different map and a different game mode. You can thank me later. Tip number 4. Use the right gun and attachments. By saying this, I don't mean use the most OP broken gun in the game. What I mean is, find a gun that complements your playstyle. If you love rushing like me, you can never go wrong with a fast firing SMG. Bonus points if you slap a suppressor to keep you off the radar to beam multiple enemies that don't see your red blip on the minimap. If you play slower and love to hold choke points, you can never go wrong with an AR and recoil reduction and a big clip. If you feel extra spiffy, you can even use a big boy LMG and let it rip. If you camp, it doesn't matter, hold a knife if you want, you're going to get bodied anyways. Tip number 5. Try different guns and gun classes. If you are always only using assault rifles or SMGs and never switching it up, you are really doing yourself a disservice. There is a wide variety of guns to try. Don't stick to the first one you like and never pick up a different weapon. If you are always using assault rifles, maybe try using a sniper rifle or an LMG for a change. If you are always sniping, try picking up an MP5 and letting loose. You should try every gun in the game at least once, and even if you don't like it now, maybe with a few attachments it becomes your new go-to weapon. There is many weapons to pick from, and you will never know unless you pick them up and try them. Before I end the video, there is an honorary mention, and that is to have fun. The reason I did not include this as a tip is because God knows I do not follow this tip at all. I hate myself anytime I play this sweaty ass game, but here we are. If you can bring yourself to have fun, it will make everything so much better and easier. And at the end of the day, it is a game. If you find yourself not having fun, don't be afraid to walk away and play a different game. Try not to break anything because you got killed by the same camper 3 times, or else your break might be longer than you would like. That about wraps it up for this. Hope you enjoyed, and if you did, it would mean a lot to me if you would gently tap that like button. Be really gentle though. Drop a sub too if you want to stay tuned for my upcoming projects. And if you have any tips you would like to share with the noobs of the world, make sure to leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.